I don't know. I'm not sure. A lot of heads have looked at it. A lot of solutions have been tried and not. I don't know. I don't know why this car can't work. So good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Me and Adam are in Mondello Park because we are doing some pre-season testing. We sound real professional race team by saying that.
I have a race suit, I have hands, I don't have gloves.
You got two hands there.
Do they go on my neck?
Yeah, we have all the safety gear, we have all the cars, and we just need the drivers now really to be able to drift.
Yeah, the cars can perform, the suits can perform, the safety can perform. It's just squidgy bits in the middle.
I want to address something. So if you've been watching the vlogs a while, you will have seen on my car I tried to do some transparent doors, and if there's no sugarcoating this. You can completely not see through these doors. These are the old doors from last year. I wanted to commit, I really did, but I wanted to weatherproof them a little bit more and heat them and bend them in so they're a little more weather sealed, and I messed them up. It didn't go well. I burnt the perspex, it warped, it melted, yeah. So I'm not giving up on the see-through doors. I still do want to do it. It just, there was no point in spending 2 days on doing transparent doors when there was a lot more things that needed to be done. But one thing I am going to do before we go out, so obviously it has all the fresh kit from Firefly, looking pretty sweet.
I do actually want to say the car looks absolutely savage.
The only thing is, this car is going to be wrapped tomorrow for the first round of the Irish Drift Championship, and well, as much as I want to get some cool photos and footage and stuff of it out on track like this, I'm not sure Jay at Precision Tinting Graphics is going to be too happy when I arrive with stuff broken. So the first job of today is, even though I spent so long putting this all together, I am going to take this all off, and it's going to be a little more naked before we take it onto track. Woohoo! Right, I'm putting this up a little because once I take it out, I will know if it works or not. We have some new steering knuckles from Destroy or Die, so we're going to be dialing in those today. This is version 3 of those knuckles, so fingers crossed everything works together and the car works perfect. Right, it's now or never. Get a suit on, helmet on, and let's see if this thing works. So I'm just going to do a voiceover here to help explain what's going on a little bit better. So obviously this was my first lap out, so as you can see I'm chugging the car around a little bit, just warming the tyres and also just getting a feeling for the car. And I feel you do this just so in your head you feel like the car's put together and nothing's loose. So pulling through the gears for the first time feels really good, really responsive, way better than it did before. So as you saw, there was a cut there. I think this was my second lap. Going in not really knowing what to expect, so I'm still trying to figure out the gearing and stuff, because obviously it's been a year since I drove this car, so everything is quite new to me. There's a new engine, there's new steering kit, different turbos, so different power bands, so just trying to get the feel of the car. This run we went in, checked over the car, as it felt like the steering was kind of binding, and as you can see on the front right steering wheel you can see a puff of smoke come up, which would indicate it's hitting the arch, which is making it obviously very unpredictable. As the laps go on, I'm getting a little more comfortable and going a little bit harder, and as you can see, when going under the bridge, the steering completely locks up. It won't let me go in full lock, therefore kind of delaying the steering and sending me into a vicious spin. So, first outing done, did a few laps, warm up, and then slowly build myself up. As I would say, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon getting this car working, so taking it slow, feeling it out, and I would honestly say 10 steps forwards and 2 backwards. As you can hear in the background, there's a bit of a clearance because we're running different wheels. So Wayne is massaging. With a hammer. Destroyer die. Thumbs up. It's a completely different car. The version 1, he just tried some things and it was good, but it's been perfected now. This kit is, well, I haven't drove anything else. I can only compare it to my other car, which I think is the best handling car in the world. But this now, he is really going at it. This car now handles unbelievable. The power response and power band is just, oh my god, it's unbelievable. The car, it's even gone up a gear. I used to be in 3rd gear, now I'm in 4th gear. But we're going to do a few more sessions and then Wayne's going to look over it in the logs. There's a little bit of a breakup somewhere. It could be a safety parameter or something like that. Oh, why? Oh, you're massaging it.
You need a bigger one.
He needs a bigger hammer. Well, well, there it is.
Not bad.
Are you a body shop?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't tell properly from the footage here, but at the end of the corner, the car's actually shutting off. So it's lunchtime, halfway through the day, and not gonna lie, it could be going better because right now the engine is kind of cutting power. It's weird, it's like it's hitting like almost a safety perimeter, but we don't know what the safety perimeter is or what's going on, actually what it is at all. But thank you to our friends at Link ECU, we have every single sensor and every single parameter that will be logged on the car, and right now Wayne and Darren McNamara have got the laptop plugged in and hopefully they'll be able to see what's going on.
Right, so my day on the opposite side of Josh's absolute misery. My day was actually quite productive. It started off quite slow. I was struggling with the car a little bit. It was super gripped up, super tight on the back end, and I couldn't really figure it out. I thought I wasn't driving the car hard enough, but it was. There's a lot of grip in the back, so it got kind of manned up a bit, and just started throwing it a little bit harder under the bridge into the back section. And it's just when you use a little bit more momentum, it was a bit better. And then in the afternoon, I changed over because Josh wasn't driving as much. I changed over to his high fly tires with the tire box, and they were much better. Absolutely flying in the afternoon. The guys from Exemplar and their 350s who are also doing IDC next weekend were out. We got some good laps in, good tandems in. I'm feeling way more confident in the car than I ever thought I would be leaving today. Kind of a bit nervous in the morning because I was like, oh, am I going to make a fool of myself here next weekend? But car's still going, I'm still going. Just have to see will we manage Ballykelly, and fingers crossed, is Josh going to join me?
So there's no sugarcoating this. 5 a.m. the day after testing, back of the car. Doesn't really say that it went too well, does it? So yesterday I kind of left you guys in the dark. I think the last thing that I said was we were going to check through the logs, and yeah, we didn't really find much good on there. Like, incredible that we have all the sensors and the link ECU and everything like that, and if I'm going to be honest, without that there is a good chance this engine could have gone yesterday. But all the safety parameters that Lloyd put in, he mapped the car, cut the power when anything was dropping too low or anything like that. The thing that we saw that we were more worried about, I think, was the oil pressure. Which has kind of been the problem of this car in a sense, the engine problems, oil pressure. And yeah, it didn't go. It's not gone, but it's lower than what we would want it to be. At full tilt it should be around 7 bar. It was barely at 4.5 bar. We didn't want to say anything before we knew the full story around what it could be. In the past 24 hours we've pretty much been problem solving. We had Dave Yandall, Joe Doyle from Quid M Sport, Wayne, Darren McNamara. There's nothing wrong with the engine. Everything was brand new. It was built by one of the best engine builders around doing SR20s, and everything he's done has been tried and tested, and there's no reason why it should be given low oil pressure. The only things that he took from the old engine were the sump and the rocker cover. We doubt it's the rocker cover throwing these problems, so we believe that it's something to do with the sump or the pickup or something around that area. So, Dave Yandell pulled in a favour with Joe Doyle. That's why we're up so early. We're getting the car to him first thing, so we're going to the north of Ireland, to Quid M Sport, and hopefully diving into this problem. And fingers crossed we can see something visually that would suggest why we're getting a problem, and we can fix it, because all you guys are probably bored of this car with a thumbnail of problem, or this car not working or testing again or anything. So are we. We just want this car done. I feel bad that it's been such a problem child around everything. Like, it's like, I'd love it if I could just drive it and everything works fine, but this is drifting. So Craig's gonna be here in a second. We're gonna get this car loaded and head to the north of Ireland. Straight. So we're down here at Quid M Sport now. How are your eyes doing? How are the bags?
They're not too bad. I think I got 3 hours sleep. Josh texted me at 10 o'clock last night saying we have to be here for 8. So, you know.
Wow, you really stuck me in it then. That's how late this plan was. I think this plan was arranged around 10 o'clock at night. So, yeah, we had to be up. I had to be up at, I think, 4 o'clock. You had to be up a little bit earlier. But
My alarm went off at 3:30. So, that's where we're at.
So, the extremely, very kind Joe Doyle has stepped in here. Stepped in or been bullied in? Dave said you owed him a favour.
We owed him a favour.
So essentially what we're doing now, you're draining the oil, as my mechanical knowledge goes. And you've got a scope, a camera that you're going to put in.
We will bore scope it and see, just in case the pickup is resting against the bottom of the oil pan. Yeah, just about a spot and the normal job.
Okay, so
So
that's the pickup with a lot of clearance.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a lot of clearance. Because it's such a wee camera, it sort of magnifies how a gap, you think it's massive, but it's only maybe like 10, 15 mil.
You almost want to see an issue, but yeah, that looks like it's fine.
Can we get out?
Oh, you're literally...
So close. Oh, we luck here now, aren't we?
There's no other way of saying it. This is annoying. I just put the camera down for a second because we thought we were out of problems and it just fell out. How did...
I don't know.
So the sump is baffled, which is a good thing. We thought that the sump wasn't baffled, which would make sense with sloshing, but it looks like there's enough kind of things in there and everything like that. We're running out of things to blame now, I think. We're going to take the oil pickup off and see again, see if there's a fracture in anything. I know you're measuring this.
Yeah.
So we're going to measure to see where the actual pickup is on the sump. So what's the number that we're looking for here?
11. Not very good with numbers.
I'm not one to judge here.
It's about 30 mil off the...
30 mil?
Yeah, which seems a lot. Shouldn't be causing the issue you're having anyway.
So you just tested the pickup?
Yeah.
And it's fine?
It is all good.
So, are we just putting the old sump back on, Joe?
We're putting it all back together. Everything seems to be working okay as it should, so seems to be down to the length of the pipe.
So that's what we're thinking, that, as Joe described wonderfully, it's like sucking on a big straw compared to a small straw. It's harder to get the liquid through as fast. But good news, there's no shavings in the oil. Bad news is that we don't really have a solution yet. But the one thing we can do to see if it does something, I guess, is that whilst Joe's putting this on, we're going to go out and buy some 1040 oil and see when we start it if that does anything to it. That's the next thing to try until we speak to some more people probably. But that's the next thing we're going to try. That is the stuff. So 1040, that's what we're going to try. So as far as things go, that was the most successful thing. Only 5 minutes away and we found some mobile. Do you want a longer receipt there, Chris?
I don't think they have any longer ones there.
And just in time. So what are we saying, Joe? This is going to be the magic oil that is going to give us 2 bars of oil pressure. If it does, it's some stuff. I'm not sure how hopeful we are with this. Are you going straight in?
Still in.
This is, you getting like a pro, not even a hesitation about it.
You've done that before.
Straight in sort of guy.
Yeah.
I guess we let it heat up and see what happens with it. So it's somewhat up temperature now, it's at 74 degrees and it's kind of resting at 280, 290. You can see when I rev it. It is going to 5, over 5, which I can't fully remember yesterday, but I don't think especially towards the end, I don't think I really saw 5. So it seems better from what we can see so far. But Kevin is taking it for a test. He's I think he's going out the gate here now. Gonna go visit his granny on the private lane, I would say. I put a GoPro looking at the clocks and everything like that, so I'm gonna put that there to, I don't even know what it's gonna be like, so hopefully it's good figures on there. Why?
I don't know what's going on.
Right, Joe, I think, well, you've done what was said to do.
Yeah, I've done my bit.
Thank you very much, Joe, for this last minute absolute favour. You get a high five.
Yes.
How good is that?
That's you, Josh.
Problem solving continues. So on the way home, I got a call from Joe. He had the idea that a few of the oil lines may be on the wrong way. So very eagerly, we stopped at a good friend Ryan Morton's to see if he could swap them over.
We just need to swap the pipes around.
That's it. Just need to swap the pipes around. So after swapping the oil lines around, we were still having the same issue, which meant at the end of the day, we're back to square one again. So it's 12 o'clock. So pretty much 20 hours trying to figure out this bloody car. Yeah, we took back to the yard. Wayne was busy, so it's kind of put a full stop to today. I don't know. I'm not sure. A lot of heads have looked at it. A lot of solutions have been tried and not. I don't know. I don't know why this car can't work. I don't know. Everything is new. We've kind of done everything. Everything should work, and it's not. So, yeah. Let's see what tomorrow brings. So, IDC is
already happened,
Yeah.
essentially. So we are here on Friday. IDC was today, and we really tried everything. There was no more help we could have got, no more money we could have spent, nothing more we could have done to try and get there. We just had a run of really bad luck. We'll summarize on the MX5, but I've also got to show you the reason Adam is not at IDC. Is the 350Z is also broken.
We're not having the best of luck, as it would seem.
No, so what happened with the 350Z was, on the day there was a little wobble from the wheel. It actually snapped 2 rear arms and needed a ball joint, and the clutch went, all on the test day. Now, none of that was really Adam's fault. It was just wear and tear parts from using it at the bash. We thought the car was probably a little bit better than it was, so we ordered a lot of parts for it to make it work, and they arrived this morning. So this morning of the event is when we got the adjustable arms for the rear of the car. So
Overnight delivery isn't always overnight.
So the 350Z didn't make it. We couldn't even have jumped into any other drift cars to bring them because they're all broken as well, including the Corvette needs some work done. Your MX5 has no drive shafts on the back of it working at the moment, the other MX5. So we just had nothing working. The Verosa has a whole engine strip because we're putting a new turbo manifold on that. So yeah, we have 8 drift cars. 6 of them are competition legal, 6 of them are broken, and we tried to get 2 of them to work. So that's been the week, and the MX5 was here. Josh was away snoozing, and then he had to do some other work, but I came down to chat with Wayne, so we have a bit of a resolution on it, thankfully, at the end of this video. So what seems to have happened is that with the rear mounted sump, the pickup line is quite long on that, so when the oil pump is working, it's taking a little bit more energy, a little bit more strain to get the oil up into the engine. Then Josh had a very complex sandwich plate into an oil filter, into an oil cooler, and all of that system was essentially a lot of work for the oil pump to try and get the oil around everything, which meant that when it got to the end of that loop, the oil pressure was quite low. So what Wayne did off camera was take off all of that, put on a standard setup, and the oil pressure came right back up again. It's one of those things that it was nothing to do with the engine. It was nothing to do even with the oil cooler or the filter or the sump. It was just a combination of a lot of external things on the engine.
And I will also add that technically beforehand, we probably would have just risked it because the oil pressure didn't go. It just dropped down lower than what we would have liked it to be. And with it being such an expensive engine, we did the smart thing for once in our lives and didn't say lower the safety setting and just drive it on.
Yeah, the simple fact was, I think that we would have got to round 1 of IDC, the car would have dropped oil pressure and we would have done an engine. And if we did, that would have been the third engine, and a perfectly brand new, expensive engine, done on the car in 3 events. So at that point, you have to question your methods. And a lot of the methods we've done with that car in the past has been scramble to get it done, get it to the event, and it doesn't work properly. If we miss one event, it means that we get the car 100% correct, it works every day, and it's going to work from then on. So what we need to do is just take a step back. Car also right now is not here because it's off getting wrapped, which would have obviously not been done for the first round of IDC. So all of that stuff just worked against us this week. So next time you see the MX-5, it will be revealing a brand new look, brand new livery. It will be working, and it will be testing, and it will be drifting. That is going to be the up. This is a down of an episode. We're going to balance that with an up. But it's been a really, really long week. Thank you to Joe Doyle, to Dave Yandel, to I think everybody who's ever had a drift car in Ireland has been at some point on the phone to us trying to figure this out.
I would literally say this has been, everyone wants to be the one to figure it out, and everyone's pitched in and wanted to know if there's anything that got calls saying anything I can do to help, which is, it is amazing.
Like with Darren McNamara, we had Ryan Morton, we had so many people helping us, and it was just a stupid thing that if we had a little bit more time, we would have figured it out on our own here, but it just was a panic, and we tried to get it sorted quickly, and it just didn't work out. So yeah, we've hit a lot of targets this year already, but unfortunately round 1 of IDC was not a target hit with 2 broken cars. But we will get them fixed, we will get them sorted, and the boys will be back in the mix very soon. But on the next episode, as I said, I just need to see that car looking good, driving good. Finally, after 3 years, we need to just put that headache to rest and let Josh get some fun in the car, because it hasn't been so much fun this whole journey. So we're going to get that done, and we need to get it done now because the next step is moving into the new HQ, and we're not bringing any of the problems from the old days with us. That's why we need that car sorted.
And no more leaks.
No more leaks, no more problems, no more low oil compression, no more low compression, no more oil pressure. Yeah, we're going to get it fixed. We're going to get it working, guys. It's going to be phenomenal when it does. So stay tuned for the next episode where we are going testing, we're revealing the new look, and finally, the MX-5 will be done.